Hello and welcome to ARK Survival Evolved. We're on the Extinction map, and today I want to start looking into making the new Augmented Kibble types. There's quite a few of them. So I want to go and start making some of that. But before I get started, if at any time you do find yourself liking the video, then do please click the like button, as that'll help me out a great deal. If you've got any comments or suggestions you'd like to post, then do please do that. I mean, they'll be greatly appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, then do please subscribe. Click the subscribe button, and just remember to click the little bell icon as well, because then you'll get notifications of when new content comes out. But anyway, I mean, what's really prompted me more than anything to get on with this Augmented Kibble is I've been doing quite a lot of breeding. I've got a lot of dire wolves. I mean, the last episode I managed to get as far as taming some dire wolves. So I've been breeding quite a lot. The plan's been to have some gachas and some snow owls, and they're all tied up down there with a hitching post that I've got from S+. But they're also kept constrained by the dino leash. I found the dino leash not that particularly effective when it comes to the mating aspect of it, because dinosaurs still move around. So I've put a hitching post in there as well to stop those gachas and snowy owls moving. But the wolves here, the plan was basically I wanted these to be unaggressive. The idea was if anything came within close proximity, they would go and kill them before they started causing problems. But unfortunately I started breeding the gachas, and sure enough, as soon as the babies were getting born, the wolves were killing them. So it's like, oh, that's smackhead there. It's like, yeah, I never thought about that one. So I put them all into a group, all the dire wolves, and I put them all on passive. I don't know why. I should have put them on neutral, to be honest, but I just automatically put them on passive. And unfortunately, I've since had a Therizino attack. So these three wolves here were originally guarding two gachas, one that was doing obsidian and one that was doing black pearl, and this Therizino just totally took out the gachas without any resistance whatsoever. So I had to suddenly come rushing out and get the owls to budge. Get the dire wolves. So you can see that they're getting quite aggressive there. They'll just literally attack anything, but these, it's quite funny because these ones, they want to attack but they can't, because they can't get past the little barrier that the dino leash puts on them. I better put these back on neutral actually, because these are just kind of like spares that I've got. I'll just swap you over to, you can be on neutral. Come here, that'll be a lot easier. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I've lost two gachas, so I'm going to have to go all the way out and tame some replacements up for them. Because what I started off with is, I mean, I've got two ones on the left there that do metal. That's the plan. I want two on metal because I've got quite a lot of production goes. Well, yeah, there's a lot of production needs for metal, especially for things like the ammunition later in the game, for instance. That's either ammo that I'm going to turn into, even maybe into the darts, for instance. I'll be needing a lot of those as I go out taming more and more things. So I'm keeping those two over there that will produce mostly metal, and the idea is I'll just keep feeding them stone, and then as long as they're getting their owl pellets, then ideally they'll either throw out quite a lot of metal or they'll give me extra loot. I mean, I've gotten some interesting things since. I mean, I've gotten an ascendant axe, and I've now got an ascendant crossbow as well. So that was very good, and I've got an ascendant shotgun as well, which is good. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this ascendant stone pick, but never mind, you take what you get. So normally what I've been doing is I've been taking the taking Derek here out over that little area. Normally I was just leaving him to wander around, but the demand for stone, they consume the stone really, really quickly. So what I've been doing is I've been taking Derek over there, and I've just been manually going around gathering all the stone, then giving them about, like, you know, 1,500 at a time or something. They go through it pretty quickly. But the plans basically was to get one of each that I could. So I've got one that does polymer, one there that does sulfur. I finally did manage to get one that does element dust, and I've got that one over there does sap. I'm not sure what to do with these two. They don't really produce what I need, so I'm just keeping them there for now. But I'm going to have to replace my black pearl and obsidian one. But what I've been trying was that I've got Gabby here. She's mainly does sap, because what I've found is you can't tap into these big trees. They don't produce any sap. So what I can do is I can have one of these gachas that will do it for me. Now, I've been giving her a lot of wood and a lot of fibre. The idea was to get her to make stone, so that's what I've got her set to. The plan was that I'd then take that stone and feed it over to Gus here. But Gus he's rattling through stone far quicker than Gabby's been producing it, basically. I mean, she does seem to have I'm going to swallow up that. She's eaten it all, so I'm not really sure what's happened to all of the actual crystals. I think maybe I just haven't been paying attention or something, because there was quite a lot of element dust. I mean, I've got quite a lot from that one gacha, but I want more of them. I want to get 2 of them. The idea is I'll probably end up swapping between them. Either at some point I'll have ones, I'll feed the 2 that do metal, and then I might flip over to the 2 that do element dust. So I've got quite a bit of element dust so far from those ones. These are some extra things I've been getting, so like a better pistol, a better gun. I mean, that shotgun's crazy. I mean, 350 durability. I mean, that is just like insane. It'd be great if it had been a pump action shotgun, like, but I mean, all the things I didn't want, or some of the bits and bobs I've replaced with the better ones that I've getting recently. I just put them into the grinder, and I've getting like tons of cementing paste, polymer, and chitin. I need the chitin for the because I need to make saddles for all those gachas. But I mean, I've just got tons and tons of like polymer in these. It's just practically full of polymer. It's just getting crazy now. So I'm not even sure if I need that one that does polymer now. But the plan was to basically have one that made a key resource I needed, and then I would get the other one to just make stone. But it's not. I need to refine that, because as I say, they seem to the one that was making stone isn't keeping up. I mean, there's no point giving it stone to make stone. And I might try flint next, but Arthur that's up there, the Anglo, he hasn't been in much demand, because these two here they've been pumping out lots and lots of metal. But anyway, I mean, the plan today was to basically get onto the augmented crystal, because I say, I mean, I've been getting like tons of gachas and direwolves that I've been breeding. They usually hold it. I think the best I got, one got to about 83% without needing any. Quite a lot of them stopped pretty short. I did manage. I mean, I've been like trying a kind of a shotgun approach, if you will, putting a lot of resources into these tanks, and I've been getting nothing out of them. I mean, they're industrial cookers, and nothing was coming out of them. So what I did is, I know that early on, while I was in the city, I'd thrown a lot of things into one of these, and somehow I ended up with this kibble, some type of augmented kibble. But I went for this shotgun approach. I threw practically everything I could think of in here, and nothing was happening. I've since gone back to check the wiki, and what I found out is that I've got Velonosaur eggs, and I've got snow owl eggs. I've got one parasaur egg, which is probably just as well, because what I found out is at the moment you can't produce kibble from these. So I was like tearing my hair out trying to figure out. Well, I knew it had happened once because I just threw a load of things in, and somehow I ended up with this one of the types of kibble. I can't remember what it was. But I came back here, put a load of Velonosaur eggs in here, threw in practically everything that I could, and nothing. So I was at the point where I was going to start testing it on the actual the cooking pot here, thinking the problem was the actual. Oh, this is this is the vanilla version. I was beginning to think, maybe it's the industrial cooker, but it's not. It's the fact that these two kibbles don't work. So yeah, that was a bit frustrating. So I'll just pop them in there for now. I think they still end up producing ice water, but I don't think I've got a need for them now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag some of these in, because I mean it was pure luck. I mean I just threw anything and everything I could think of into the into this cooking stove. Have I got any hazelberries left? I don't know if I've got any. Or did I put them in there by mistake? No. But right, so I've got some prime meat and some cooked meat ones, so I'll get them and I'll get these, and I've got corrupted nodules. So in here at the moment I've got all these sort of things, so I'll put in some of these, because at this stage I've literally have no idea what it is that tipped it. Something happened and it made the actual kibble. Now I'm going to take these out for now, because part of the problem I've got is, yeah, I started off I was getting like this focal chili, which doesn't help me. I don't want that. So I mean the train of thought was basically you would put an egg into here, presumably like a Velonosaur egg or a one from the owl. I would do like some sort of shotgun approach, put practically anything and everything in there that I could think of. And in theory I should get something. It's just I've got to be very careful that you got this bit of an overlap, like as I say with the focal chili for instance. If you've got cooked meat and hazelberry in there, it goes pear-shaped. It starts making that instead. Do I have any? Take some of that. It's kind of odd because I was cooking up. I could have sworn I was cooking up some cooked meat. Oh, there it's. That's why. It's gone straight into my hotbar. So I'll put that. Put a bit more in there. So let's see. So the train of thought was if you'd put one of those newer eggs in here, and then you'd augment it using something from this newer world. So well, what is Earth? So I've got these items here. So they're all, as far as I'm aware, these are all unique to Extinction. These are fractured green gems as opposed to green gems that you normally get from Aberration. I've brought in the fungal wood because that's something I've found on this world as well, so I thought I'll try that on the off chance. Owl pellets, I really hope not, but you know, you never know. And then I've got some corrupted nodules as well because they're unique. It's not unusual to get things that need cooked meat, raw meat. I think, did I get some there's prime meat, and then there's the jerky. So I'll just see if I've got any in here. I can get around this. Yeah, it takes ages. Unfortunately, I took the snow owl out to the city to get this because it was all over it. It had quite a bit of this left over at the city, and unfortunately, well, it was hungry and it ate it all. So it's like, oh no, it's not what I need. I'll just double check I didn't put it in here by mistake. It's obviously all gone. So that's a pity. But I'm going to turn this on just out and see. So the only thing that's missing is the hazelberries, but we'll see. There we go. Right, there we go. So, right, so we're getting a basic augmented kibble from something. Now, in my infinite wisdom, what I should have done is I should have made a note. of what I put in first. But at least what I know now is that I can make basic augmented kibble from something in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the. Now I'm going to take things out basically, and see what comes back. So I'll take these out, these out, these out. Take the berries out. And we'll try again. So we've got citronal, measure berries, fibre, jerky. So we'll see if that does anything. So let's see. So we've got. Trouble is with them spoiling, it doesn't help. Right, let's see if that does anything. If not, then I'll slowly start to add things in. Because I certainly didn't use the owl pellets, that's for certain. Just throw in the Tyndall berries, see if that does anything. Trouble is, they might need a certain amount of things. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video because I really need more. I need more meat jerky, but I can go back and have a look at where I was at, what was in each of these slots, and that should give me a better idea. So I'm going to stop the video here. Have a quick check of the what was in here before, and that might give me a better idea of what it is that got used. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I think my brain went on strike. Well, that doesn't. I don't know what I was thinking of. I mean, I tried to make more kibble, but I didn't have any actual any more eggs in there, so it was never going to work. So it's like, how stupid can you get? I don't know. But I'll just get some of these. So from what I've done is I went back and replayed the video, and I paused it on the inventory I had. Played it back, and I managed to work out exactly which items were taken from it. So what I found out was there was 3 fibre were taken, there was 5 fungal wood, there was 5 measure berries, 2 citronal, there was the egg. So I'm just putting a dodo. When I did it last time, I had a parasaur egg. But I've since tested it, it works with a dodo egg and also with a dillo egg. Now I had some cooked meat jerky in there, and I've just tested that and it does work, but I've run out, so I'm curious if it will work with cooked meat instead. So I've got my fibre, I've got my fungal wood, I've got my measure berries, my citronal. I don't have the cooked meat jerky, but I've got at least an egg. I know it works with these, and it'll work with a dodo egg, a dillo egg, and it'll work with a parasaur egg. So I'm going to try this just out of curiosity and see if it is definitely the meat, cooked meat jerky or cooked meat. Ah, so it's worked, right. So that works with either cooked meat or cooked meat jerky. So I'm just going to put a stego egg. Now a stego is a bigger dinosaur, so I'm going to try that. So I should still have enough of the same materials, because it's not whatever it is they've done, we're using the dino eggs from, you know, the previous arcs. We're not using any of the, you know, we're not making kibble from the newer dinosaurs for some strange reason. Now it's interesting that, so I've got enough fibre, I've got enough fungal wood, I've got enough measure berries, I've just about got enough citronal. I know that worked with the cooked meat or cooked meat jerky, but this stego egg isn't working. Now the stego is a larger sized dinosaur, so I'm wondering if it's related to they must have done something related to the type of dinosaur you use. I mean, the dillo is a carnivore. Those other two are herbivores, so I don't think it's based on the the food of the dinosaur. The one difference is this is a big dinosaur. So the next thing to try is to see what happens if I put in like a stego egg with a lot of the with a lot of ingredients, and see what happens that time. So I've got enough. Alright, so there's some cooked meat jerky. Trouble is I don't have any cooked meat jerky left. Yeah, so it might not necessarily work. Or do I? I've got one left. Okay. Hopefully it won't use all of it. So I'll get some of these. Some of these, some of these, some of these, some of these. I don't have enough. Yeah, I don't have enough of the things like the jerky though, or the hazelberries. So I'm not 100% certain here. So got some tinto berries, berries. I think that's it. So I'll just throw all of these in here. Don't need that, I've already got one. So I'll leave those ones out. Oh, that's not much point putting that in. Right, so I've got I've got all the vegetables, I've got all bar one of the berries. I've got a larger stego. I've got cooked prime meat in, cooked mutton, cooked meat, raw meat. Let's see if that does anything. Trying to think if there's anything I'm missing here, other than, I mean, it could be a numbers thing. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to go and get some more hazelberries. Hopefully I should have some in the trough here. It's just I've got to be a bit careful that I don't I can't mix all of the different types of berries, or they I end up with that focal chili. I mean, I don't think it'll be things like charcoal or gunpowder, because that they get used in dye, so you would end up with a dye. Oh, it ended up on you, didn't it? Right, let's try this then. So I'm going to put all that there. I'm going to take I'll take these ones out. Try that then. So I've got cooked lamb chops, prime meat. Got all the four. So it's not that then, there's something else needed. I mean, I'm going to have to end up farming quite a lot of dinos now, I think. If it's based on the size of the dino, I'm going to end up having to farm different, tame like several dinos to get them to produce eggs. I mean, that's, oh, that's a thought. Did I get any prime? There's no prime meat jerky in there. That's a thought. Nope. So it's still something else then. Oh! Whoa, whoa. So it's the prime. Yeah, that went from 9. I think there was only 1 in there, so it's definitely that. So I'm going to pause the video again, and I'm just going to take a snapshot of the screen, and then I can work out exactly what went from where. Right, be back in a minute. Right then, I went back over the video and I found out what was used, but it was completely pointless because it's just stego kibble. So, oh God. I knew there was something missing. When I went back over the video and I mentioned there was something missing, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I'd left all this stuff in here because I was getting too heavy and I wanted to go and get some eggs. So let's put this in here. Oh, I don't know. It's just one of those days. Right, so I've got azel berries there. So the only thing, as far as I can tell, we're missing now. So I've got prime meat jerky. We've got cooked meat jerky. 1, 2, 3. Have we got all the vegetables? I think we're missing. No, we've got all the vegetables. So we've got 1, 2. Yeah, so I've got everything bar the berries there. I've got a stego egg there, so I've got raw meats, cooked prime, cooked mutton, cooked meat, prime meat. So I suppose the only thing I haven't got is mutton. It's the one thing I'm missing. Oh no, well I haven't got raw mutton, I should say. At least I've got some type of mutton. I'm getting to come around. I didn't notice, but I think it looks like you might be able to get away with the meat jerky or just the cooked meat, or at least that seems to be the case on the last run. So let's try this and see what happens this time. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Did I take? I need to go back and check this, because if I've got everything belonging to the stego, it's completely pointless. Yeah, right. Okay, I need. Right. I need to take something out. It's either the citronal's got to go or the prime meat jerky. Yeah, that wouldn't have been helpful. Right, for this case, since the last one was citronal, I'm going to take citronal out. If that doesn't do it, I'll put the citronal back and take the prime meat jerky out. So as far as stego kibble goes, we don't have the ingredients for stego kibble, so right, fingers crossed. Aha! Aha! Let's get that out of the way, because that certainly wasn't part of it. Ooh! Right, so we can make regular, so we can make basic stego kibble, obviously. So we can make basic augmented kibble and regular augmented kibble. So right, again, I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to, because I want to take a snapshot of before and after to work out exactly what left the pot. Be back in a minute. Okay, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is what I need, because it's possible that it might have used some raw meat, but I think it might have just expired. But as far as I can tell, it used up 3 fibre, 5 measure berries, a lamb chop, 2 rock carrots, 2 sabo root, 10 crystallized sap, and then the stego egg. So let's try that. Yeah, so that worked. Interesting. Definitely interesting, and that is... yes, that's a regular augmented kibble. So we've got basic augmented kibble and regular. I'm just kind of relieved, to be honest, that nobody's so far has been asking for the owl pellets. I mean, that's an interesting thing to want to put into kibble, I must admit. The problem now is I'm kind of stuck, because the I mean, I just want to try one more thing, actually, just out of curiosity, but I'm just kind of surprised it would ask for... it was going to ask for that. I mean, I had a look at the video. I mean, I'm just like, but it's just part of me is just puzzled. Like, it just seems odd. I just want to try with this, and this, because so far I've seen variations in terms of being able to get to produce the basic kibble if you've got cooked meat jerky or cooked meat. Now that's kind of a cooked prime meat, and that's cooked meat. I'm pretty sure that the meat just spoiled, but I'll put that in. So the only thing, all I've done is I've taken the lamb chops out, and I've put these 3 in instead. So I'm just puzzled over the lamb chops, to be honest. Alright. So it actually used up the prime meat. So now I suppose that's better, because I mean, I'll just go back just a sanity check. I mean, that definitely used the prime meat. I think I've got enough here. Yeah, I've got enough. It's just with it being like cooked, that's all. I was just starting to think, well, it just seems a kind of an odd request. So it's all of these. So with prime meat, it should cooked prime meat. Yeah, so that worked. So I'll take the cooked prime meat out and I'll put the lamb chops in. Put the stego egg in. Turn that on. Yeah. So it's either the lamb chops will do it, or the cooked prime meat will do it. And the only reason I started thinking about that really is just because because of the beef jerky. You know, you've got like prime meat jerky and you've got cooked meat jerky. For some reason I got that last one working with either cooked meat or cooked meat jerky, which is the next one up. So it seemed as like it just wanted some sort of ingredient, and it could have been any one in those sort of like tiers, you know, because you're going from like raw to cooked and then into the jerky. So just out of curiosity, I'll put that egg in there. I'll put that in there. So the only difference now, there's enough, because it takes 2 of each of these, 5 of these, 3 of these, 10 of these. So the only thing I don't have now, that would be, it's on the same tier, but it's not superior in the type of meat product. Whereas these 2 probably are. You know, they're considered a superior type of meat to these. And maybe the game just doesn't distinguish between them. I don't know at this stage, but we'll see. See if anything happens while I've got cooked meat in. Because I know so far it'll definitely work with either cooked prime meat or cooked lamb chops. And the prime meat's going to be a lot easier to get a hold of. So like with the other one, you could have used cooked meat jerky, but it would have been easier just to put in the cooked meat. So just for a sanity check, pop that in, and that should turn to a kibble. Yeah. Great. Well, that's good then. So I know how to make basic augmented kibble and regular augmented kibble. So there are other ones, because I have seen requests for superior augmented kibble and exceptional augmented kibble. So I think what's holding me back with those is that I need other dinos, or at least I need the eggs from them, I should say. I mean, it's kind of odd because I didn't want to I was starting to think maybe there's no point to going out. You know, I mean, I've gone all this far in terms of like building up like a little farm here, so I've got enough crops going. The plan was I was going to build a big sort of like storage building over there, and I was going to put all the different types of dinos in, so I could make all of the different types of imprinting kibble. And then I was starting to think, well, that doesn't make any sense, because none of the actual dinos that I was breeding were actually asking for anything from the previous maps. None of the previous kibble at all, like dodo kibble or dillo kibble, they all wanted one of these variations of Augmented Kibble, and I was coming around to the idea that, oh, in that case it must have just been the, you know, from the Velonosaur or the Snowy Owl or whatever, but that's kind of odd. That, so it seems that you do need the other dinos to get the eggs from them. The question is what, because I mean, just thinking the basic, what was it, the basic, I've got basic and augmented. Yeah, I've got basic augmented kibble and I've got regular. Now that came, I got that from a parasaur egg, a dillo egg, and a dodo egg. I mean, the parasaur is quite a step up from the dodo in terms of size. Now the stego, I think, must be that. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to look. I think what I'll have to do is, I mean, rather than go around the map and collect every single dino that exists out there, I think the easiest thing for me to do is to go out, have a look on the wiki, and have a look, because I think there's I know, like the carnivores, for instance, they'll only attack. They made some changes a long time ago where they made some changes, so you have, I know you've got like small dinosaurs, medium dinosaurs, large dinosaurs, then you've got the super large dinosaurs. I'm going to have to go back to the wiki, I think, and see what type of dino fits into those little brackets, you know, into those categories. So, because by the sounds of it, these must be the small dinos, probably. These are the medium dinosaurs. So rather than literally going out and trying every single type of egg just to see, I'm going to save myself some time, because it's I mean, that information about the dinosaurs, you know, what category they're in, it's been out for a while, so I'm going to find out what categories these ones fit into, and then from that I'll get a better idea of what to put into the actual into the cooker, what kind of egg to put in, and it's just a case of literally throwing everything else in there and seeing what comes back. But I'm really pleased with that. It's been a productive session. Should make my imprinting better, because I do want to sort of get some. I still want to get a better snow owl, a higher level one, because I know this one, Aussie, came from a. I think Ollie was 96, so I really need to get myself a better snow owl and get it 100% imprinted. Without that kibble, I'm hitting a target of I'm hitting a figure of about like 2 out of 5 will get you imprinted. With the direwolves though, I was lucky to get one. I bred up a lot of them. I must have bred up some like 18, 15, 18, maybe even up to 20 direwolves. And there's only one of them I managed to get 100% imprinted, because a lot of them were asking for the augmented kibble. So yeah, that's I've certainly made progress there. Anyway, I mean, I've got my my gacha that now can produce element dust. So I think somewhere the next target's going to be a high level snow owl, some better Velonosaurs, because I need to start breeding them. I've got a couple of reasonably high level Velonosaurs. One was 162, one was 168, so I really want to start breeding them up, get them imprinted, because one of the things I want to do is I want to get out and start getting the tech gear made. I mean, I've got these like little cryopods, for instance, but they only last for so long. You need a cryo fridge to make that. You need the tech replicator, and that means a lot of element. From what I've been reading, there are veins that are out there, element veins I think they are, and it's similar to the orbital supply drops where you've got to defend them. So I definitely want to get some decent Velonosaurs to be able to go out and do that. Once I've got the element, I can then build my tech replicator, get my cryo fridge, and I can either start making more of these cryopods, or at least repair the ones I've already got, because they're extremely useful for taking dinos around on the map. And I think I want to start putting stuff into the city. My only concern of building anything in the city though is I've seen meteors actually land in the city, where I'm at the moment, it seems reasonably safe. But I want to be able to put like tech structures in there at some point. But other than that Therizino attack, I mean, it's been a very productive day. I've getting quite a lot of useful things, really. So I mean, I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. I mean, I have. I've learned quite a lot today. And if you have, if you find yourself liking the video, then do please click that like button, because that'll help me out a great deal. If you're new to the channel, then do subscribe, and remember to click the bell icon, and that'll get you notifications for when new content comes out. But other than that, if you've got any new comments to post, greatly appreciated. Any suggestions as well. I mean, I'm just sort of like pretty much winging it on this particular map, because I want to find out things as I go along. So I don't particularly want like spoilers, really. If I can avoid them. There's some things like the taming mechanics for the gacha. I would have never have got that anyway. So until I get to those sort of points, I'm quite happy to just spend the time trying to learn. But yeah, do hope you've enjoyed the video. Until the next one, thanks very much for watching. Bye.